Droners, welcome to this week's edition of Droner News. This week we have drones that clean up the ocean, GoPro creating their own drones, and a lot more. So let's jump right in. Coming in at number one, probably the biggest news in drone, especially if you're working in camera drones like me, is that GoPro came out with a drone. They've been talking about it for months. It is called the GoPro Karma, and it seems pretty cool-ish. For me, so first of all, it works with the GoPro Hero 4 or Hero 5, which also just came out in the Hero 5 sessions. It is a foldable drone. It obviously shoots 4K because that's what the GoPros do. It's supposed to have long flight times, like 30 minutes. And it pretty much has all the features that you would really expect of a camera drone at this level, of this age of what it can do. There's nothing to me that I see is like, oh, this drone is way better than a DJI drone or way better than a Unique drone, but maybe it could be. Hopefully at first when I saw the price point at $799, I was like, okay, obviously this is better because it costs less, but that doesn't include the GoPro. So if you don't already have a GoPro, then you have to buy one of those things, which is somewhere between $300 and $500. And I'm really looking forward to see if they can be the first company to do a home run with a first generation drone. Coming in at number two, we have the DARPA Dragnet. Now, the DARPA Dragnet is a part of the Pentagon. DARPA is a research arm of the Pentagon that is, at the moment, researching being able to track and identify drones. Because drones are such a big thing now and there's so many people who have them, that register them and that are buying them, DARPA is hoping to be able to manage all of that, or at least keep track of who's in the air. This is mostly done for security reasons. Obviously, we don't want anybody dropping any bombs out of UASs. Also, you know, because of the growing concerns of kind of what happened in Japan when somebody took a UAS and dropped a little bit of some powder on top of the prime minister's place and they banned everything, USA wants to be able to keep an eye on everything under 1,000 feet, and they're doing that ironically using drones. They're going to have a series of drones that are tethered, as in they have a direct line from the ground up into the air that manages and monitors every single thing under 1,000 feet. So stay tuned for that. They have all kind of applications for it and all kind of reasons why they're saying it. Either way, look out, drone owners. They're going to know you're in the air. So back to Israel, because a lot of drone stuff happens there. There is a yearly convention called Geektown that had something that I couldn't help but notice was really interesting. What they had was a real-life version of Space Invaders. And how they did this is they took 8 DJI Phantoms, they put screens on the front of them, and then they gave you like a laser gun that on a chair that moves left to right. And then they fly up above you, and you are down here trying to shoot them out of the sky. And when you shoot them, the screen goes black and it lands. Now, obviously, this is something that is well within the realm of technology, what we could do. But when it comes to creativity, this is awesome. Be able to put video games in real life like this is something that I haven't really seen very often, especially using drones. So this could be something opening up a whole new realm of crazy technology that could rival something like drone racing, or it could be a one-off that is just really cool and random to do as a gimmick and makes people like me tell you about it. Either way, I thought it was pretty cool. Check out the video. Coming in at number 4, we have the FAA talking about the 107. And it looks like they're learning their lesson of how needed the law was because, of course, all expectations have been exceeded for how many people applied for the 107 after they put it out. Since they put it out on September 1st is when they announced it, and the testing happened a couple weeks later, they have already had 12,000 pilot applicants and anticipate the number to be 16,000 by the end of the year. And 4,000 people successfully passed the test, which includes this guy. Yeah, I did it. Either way, this is a big deal in finding out how much is going to happen, and to the point where the FAA is actually enlisting help from people like Google and Amazon to be able to help them with the web side of things, as well as to help them do the regulations on how drones should be regulated, because there's so many different uses. So they're using these companies to help them prioritize. They all sit on a board and help them prioritize what things should be voted on or worked with next for the FAA. It sounds like they're getting their act together and really taking drones seriously, finally. And of course, for us, that's good news because that means that we can continue to make this money. And coming in at number 5, if you're going to travel to the Netherlands, you might see something quite interesting in the water. And it is a shark. Why would there be a shark in the water? It actually doesn't look like a shark at all. Either way, what it is in Rotterdam, in the port of Rotterdam, they have started to use these, what are they called, waste sharks? Yeah, that's actually right. They're called waste sharks. And what they are is an autonomous drone that swims through the water and collects all of the plastic and other debris that are trash. They can carry up to like almost 1,200 pounds of trash at once in one trip out to the ocean, which is pretty impressive. But considering that there's about 260,000 tons of waste in the ocean at the moment, not that big of a dent. Either way, this is the first one and hopefully many of a fleet of drones that will help us clean up all the mess that we started in the first place. So the testing of this is going to be happening over the next 6 months, and I'm really hoping that this works out because we gotta figure out new ways to clean our oceans and keep the planet the way it should be. Droners, thanks for tuning in with me on Droner News and my new watch. It was awesome. And if you want to see more Droner News stuff, you can click here because that's where the Droner News stuff is. Or if you just want to see more of me playing with drones or the new racing drone stuff with Rich, you can click right about here because that stuff is awesome. Otherwise, make sure you subscribe because that's what good people do when they like these kind of videos. And as always, stay fly.